If you're here to learn more about Oud Ispahan by Christian Dior Paris, you are in the right place. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Lam. Today we are learning all about this luxurious private blend fragrance from Dior. About this time last year, I purchased the Discovery set and I have not regretted once. It was $180, but I did have 8 samples to try out, and as you can see, I barely touch any of them. So I would highly recommend you checking that set out. It's totally worth the money and it's a great way to try out all the fragrances. These days, I think all the brands kind of tone down their fragrances a lot. They are more now a lot lighter and more universal and more pleasing. I still appreciate a little bit of a uniqueness of these fragrances, and I do see the quality of them. I do think they last longer, they project better, they have higher concentration that makes them last longer. I have been reviewing them slowly on my channel, but surely one by one. I have 6 now, including this, I think, and I will link them in the description box. And today is all about this, so we're going to learn about the description, the notes, how my experience with it has been going, and the longevity, the projection, and my final thoughts on it. I would also touch on who is this fragrance for, is it worth buying the full bottle at the end of the video. So stay tuned and let's get started. The smallest size you can get is a 1.35 ounces, and that's going to be $100, and the biggest size is a 15 ounces for $450. That is a lot of fragrance. I would say the smaller size is plenty, especially for a fragrance collector like myself. I barely use up any of my fragrances, so the smaller size you can get, the better. Oud Ispahan elegantly embraces an Oriental identity. It is the olfactory translation of an Oriental palace, where shimmering hues melt with intoxicating scents to become one. Let's get on with the notes. On the top note, on the beginning, you will get labdanum, which is a white kind of looking flower. I would say this is the most understated note within this fragrance, because in the middle notes and the base notes, you have very strong components that really shines from the beginning, so you don't get as much of an opening. On the middle note of this fragrance, you have a rose, which is of course very classic, very traditional in a way of fragrance, and it gives that luxurious feel to fragrances. In my opinion, a lot of people don't like roses. They think it smells kind of old and outdated, but to me it's a beautiful component to any fragrance that will make me like it more instantly. We also have patchouli in the middle note of this fragrance. Usually patchouli is on the base note because it's more of the stronger note, which is a foreshadowing with what's to come, because it's in the middle note. It's not even in the base note. Patchouli is a more earthy, like green note. In a way it's musky, in a way it's earthy, grassy a tiny bit, but it's create that very cozy, earthy feel to a fragrance, and it provides longevity as well. And then we also have saffron in the middle note, which is of course a spice, so it's spicy, it's warm, and it's an expensive ingredient, so it gives that luxurious vibe, of course. In the base note, first of all, of course, we have oud. This oud comes in the form of agar wood, and the oud is interesting. It's a kind of a burning wood kind of scent. It is more of like an incense feel. It's feel more oriental and exotic and fancy. It has that woodiness and it has that kind of burnt component, burnt spice, that makes it very, very warm, very unique. So when you say oud in the fragrance, it's going to be the dominant note because it's very intense. We also have sandalwood and cedar in the base notes of this fragrance, which are more commonly found in fragrances. They are just woody notes. From what I've tried from this Discovery set, this is probably the strongest one of all of them, the most intense of all of them. Dab on your skin, it's all you need. And if you are super sensitive to scent and you don't like heavier fragrances, you will not enjoy this. This is intense. There's probably no way you can go light with this, but to me that is a great thing, because if I pay the money to get a fragrance, I want to be able to smell it. The projection is great. You will be able to smell yourself throughout the day as you move around, no matter how little or how much you apply. When you enter a room, the room will smell like you. When you walk around on the street, you will leave a trail of scent, which is really great. So I would recommend to go light with this fragrance to begin with and kind of see how you feel about it and build it up slowly. It does get lighter as the day goes on, and the top note and the middle note will leave at about 4 or 5 hours, and then you will be left with just mostly the base notes, which are the oud, the sandalwood, and the cedarwood. Very woody notes. There's still a little bit of hint of saffron and a hint of rose. I would say it's an evolving experience. Every time you wear it, you will have a different feel from the start of the day. At the end of the day, it will smell almost different, and I like it a lot. I love the fact that I'm able to smell myself. I love how warm and cozy it is. It's perfect for someone who has many floral sweet fragrances and you are just looking for something new but still have the intensity. If you have a lot of like Chanel and Lancome fragrances, you will love this one because it's kind of intense in that way, but it's in a different direction. The longevity, I would say it lasts at least 7 hours very strongly, and then after that, of course, everything will wear off slowly. On your clothes though, it will last for days. I'm not kidding. I dropped like 1 or 2 drops on the floor in my room, and then the next day and the day after that, I keep smelling it. I was like, where is it? And then I realized I probably dropped a little droplets or 2 down on the floor. And it's amazing. I love how strong it is, how intense it is. And it's totally worth the money that way because you get what you pay for. One spray is going to be plenty. This is going to last me so long. I've been using it so much and I barely scratched the surface of it. What occasion is this fragrance for and what time of year? I would say definitely nighttime event more than anything, but for me I wear it during the day too and I love it. And I would say colder months, fall, winter, early spring. Spring still you can wear this, but I think it gets a little bit heavy, and usually on spring I would like a white floral or a light fresh floral anyway. I would save this fragrance for the fall and the winter when things get a little bit cooler and you are craving that coziness. That expensive cozy warm hug that you need. This is going to be perfect for that. It's unisex, so whether you're a man, woman, anything, anyone in between, you can use this and feel happy. Of course, because its oud is intense, so it's going to be a more appropriate fragrance to use for a dress up occasion like a wedding, a dinner date, important meeting. You will be powerful when you wear this because you will just feel it, trust me. That's all I have to say on this fragrance. I really wanted to give it its dedicated video because truly it's one of my favorite, hands down, from the Discovery set. Totally recommend it for anyone, any fragrance lover out there who likes a more intense sense and you are craving that intensity and you're sick of how every fragrance in the market is getting watered down slowly over time. You will find joy with this fragrance. I filmed a video on fall fragrances last week too. I talked about the new Kayali Invite Only, which is pretty strong. It's kind of like this in the family of this. And I talked about Autumn Vibes by Replica. I talked about Lancome La Vie Belle, of course, and a few other fall fragrances that I like. So make sure you check that video also out if you have time. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you find this video helpful. And I will see you in my next video. Until next time, please don't flop.